Welcome to another episode of the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. Got to get my microphone a little bit in view. Okay. Welcome to another episode of the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. I've been really under the gun lately as far as work, and so I'm actually shooting this late at night, early morning, because that's how much under the gun I've been. And I'm gonna jump right into it because my eyes are red. You can see the bags up under my eyes, and I'm about to be sleepy soon. Okay, so not gonna wait. Hey, Sierra, her time. I'm gonna get right into it. Okay. So, in 2023, 49,300 people died by suicide in 2023. Okay, that number may increase. Okay, that number may increase. Let me see here. And the suicide rate matching the level in 2018, it was the highest in the U.S. since 1941. Okay, the suicide rate matching the level in 2018, marking the highest in the U.S. since 1941. Okay. No, not that. Okay, so yeah, 49,300 died by suicide in 2023. That number may end up increasing. In 2022, oh, hold on, I just saw it. Dang it. Sorry, y'all. This is what happens when you're tired and sleepy. Okay, so in 2021, it was the 11th leading cause of death in the U.S. in 2021. In 2022, it was the second leading cause among ages 10 through 14 and ages 20 through 34. And it was the third leading cause of death among teens, ages 15 through 19. Okay. And so, firearms still the leading cause among males and females in 2022. With males, there was a 31% increase after reaching a low of 10.3 per 100,000 in 2006 to 13.5 per 100,000 in 2022, which was unchanged from 2021. Okay. Males, 4.5% from 22 per 100,000 to 23 per 100,000, while rising 7.2% among females that period, from 5.5 among females to nearly 6 per 100,000. I thought I had that written down somewhere. The final for 2022. I thought I had that written down, but I guess I only have the one for 2023 written down. Oh well. Okay. So increased access to prescription drugs, worsen economic conditions. contribute to suicidal ideation. Maybe contributes to even a few suicides as well. So yeah, us we need to normalize talking about suicide more. Okay, we just need to normalize it. We normalize talk about the dangers of drugs, prescription painkillers, the normalize talking about things like cancer, awareness. Okay, so we should normalize talking about suicide, but it's still largely somewhat a taboo topic. Okay, and let's not just normalize talking about suicide. Let's show more empathy to people who are suicidal. Okay. I made a video a while back saying how when people come to you who are suicidal and you dismiss them or you give them overly simplistic advice, the suicidal person is gonna interpret that as they really don't care about me. And this is true. The ones that you expect to show support, the ones who love you the most, who care for you the most, you expect them to show you the most support. And when they give you simplistic, toxic positivity is what they call it. Simplistic toxic positivity or simplistic advice like, it's not that bad. Hey, hey, cheer up. You'll feel better in a few days. That's like throwing gasoline on a mental fire that they already have in their head. That's like throwing gasoline on a mental fire, and that just may push them over the edge. Okay. So, but I do believe that that there's always a little bit of hope. There's always a little bit of hope, and there's one last hope. Okay, and that's dialing 988. Okay, that's dialing 988. And people who are suicidal, they just really want two things: to be supported and for someone to listen. On top of that, well, I guess they also want a few more other things too. Yeah, you can say that. And as people who work on 988, it's our job to show understanding, compassion, empathy, listening. Okay, that's our job. And so we realize that not everybody's going to show that. Okay, we realize not everybody's going to show that, but suicidal people are generally looking for that. Okay, they're looking for that. And when the ones that love us the most don't support us, and in these type of situations, that's where he come in at 988. And what's probably the one thing that people who work on the 988 Suicide Prevention Lifeline, the one thing that I've heard from people who are suicidal, okay? You ask about their friends and family. Do they support you? Most of the time, the answer is no. They don't. Okay. And they don't support them. They don't understand, or they don't want to understand, or they abandon me. when I tell them. Okay. So, suicide, people who are suicidal, they just want those things. And it's not hard. It's not unhard. Okay. It's not hard to do. So let's just talk about this more. Let's show understanding. Let's listen. Show empathy. Compassion. Okay. We can do that. Lives will be saved. A lot more lives will be saved. And to everybody who is suicidal out there, it's okay not to be okay. And you see the shirt that I have on. Don't ever think for a second that you don't. Okay. Don't ever think for a second that you don't. Because you always, and you matter to a lot more people than you ever know. It's just that depression is telling you wicked lies. Depression is lying to you. Okay. And I remember someone who I used to see every week back when I worked for a shredding company. She said, "Don't give in to the war within." Okay. This lady told me, "Don't give in to the war within." Okay. And so it's okay not to be okay. You matter. It's just that depression is lying to you. It's lying to you. Don't believe that crap that depression tells you. Don't believe that crap. Okay. So, Dak Prescott's Faith, Fight, and Finish Foundation focuses on two things: cancer research and mental health. For those of you who may not know, Dak Prescott's brother, Jace, ended his life by suicide a few years ago. And Dak Prescott deals with depression too. Okay. And his Faith, Fight, and Finish Foundation is... I love it. I love it. I love his Faith, Fight, and Finish Foundation. I posted a picture on my Instagram where he had asked for help on his wrist tape. On his wrist tape during the game, he had asked for help on his wrist tape. Okay. So if guys like Dak Prescott can lend their voices to suicide prevention, maybe ordinary people like me, which I'm doing on this channel every time, maybe ordinary people like us can start saving lives too. Okay. And suicidal people, if we just show them empathy, understanding, listening, support, in that moment right there, we can save their life. In that moment right there, we can save their life. Because there was a weight that was lifted off that we took off by simply just listening, understanding, empathy, and compassion. Okay. Now, Dak Prescott also His Faith Fight and Finish Foundation was part of My Cause, My Cleats. Okay. And I know the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, My Cause, My Boots. Okay. Here we go. Okay, yeah. Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, breaking the stigma and building understanding. Trinity, a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, is proud to support mental health awareness. Okay, and that's the boot for Trinity. That's the boot right there for Trinity. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Dancing with Purpose for Hope and Healing. Taylor, a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, is supporting suicide prevention awareness. Let's see, and Taylor's cheerleading boot. That's her cheerleading boot right there. Yeah, that's her cheerleading boot right there. And another person, another cheerleader, supports mental health. Here we go. So McKenna, a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, is dedicated to brighter tomorrows, supporting teen suicide prevention. All right. And okay. Okay, and that's Hakina's cheerleading boot. Her star outlined in suicide prevention colors. Okay. All right. And so, all right. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So no, not that. Okay, so 132 people die by suicide each day in the United States. 3,703 daily attempts of suicide by young people in grades 9 through 12. 57% suicide rate increase. And ages 10 through 24 in the last 10 years. Second leading cause of death in ages 10 through 24. So, for those of you who may not know, I was bullied in high school, verbally bullied, mainly because of my teeth. The radiant smile that you see now wasn't always there. These teeth weren't here. These teeth weren't always here, okay? And so I was bullied for that. And I'm looking back at that now. I'm sort of amazed how suicide did not cross my mind in high school, okay? It did not cross my mind. I wanted the bullying to stop. Don't get me wrong, but Um, um, Suicide never crossed my mind in high school, ever. Okay. But, yeah, if people like Dak Prescott can lend their voices, if these Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, okay, can lend their voices, stuff they're passionate, the things that they are passionate about, teen suicide prevention, mental health awareness, what's stopping us from talking about this stuff? Okay. And again, this needs to be talked about. Just think of how many more lives we can save if ordinary everyday people, men and women, just have conversations and say, hey, it's okay not to be okay. Okay. And let's save lives, y'all. Let's save lives. Let's talk about this stuff. Let's kick stigma's ass out the door. Okay? So, let's talk about it more. Let's listen. Compassion, empathy, and understanding. If you do those four things right there, many lives will be saved. That's all you got to do. Alright? Alright, y'all. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Peace out. Good night.